Yo, tell me something real quick, guys. Why the does the Iron Giant keep getting nerfed? Why? Alright, let's wind that back a little bit. Hey guys, how's it going, man? Tell me a little something. Why is the Giant getting nerfed? Nah, realistically though, why does he keep getting nerfed? I can tell you why. And I know that's why everybody's here. This is one of the most requested characters I make a video on, a deep dive into the Iron Giant, and currently why he seems to be the target for nerfs over and over and over. And to talk about the Giant, you need to understand exactly what kind of character we're dealing with. In platform fighters, generally we have weight classes, and heavies are always considered grapplers, shitty disadvantaged states, because they're so heavy, right? There needs to be something bad about a heavy to justify them being able to have that much power. And so I don't consider the Iron Giant a heavy. I actually consider him the birth of a new weight class called colossal type characters. Now, the issue with a colossal type character is that they're so big that their disadvantaged state can actually leave them in a state of not being able to play the game once they get hit, aka from being comboed to death. They can't land. There's so many different things that happen when you're that big that it's very, 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 and I argue probably the hardest kind of character to balance. And it was a huge undertaking for Player First Games to kind of make this character. I remember them talking about this on a podcast, basically stating how he was so hard to make that at times they didn't even know if it was going to actually be realistic. But then everybody was so excited seeing Iron Giant, they're like, okay, we got to do this. And so when it comes to the Iron Giant, the first thing you need to understand is his character type is brand new. It hasn't really been done before in a platform fighter to this degree. And so balancing him is not the simplest thing in the world due to this. You have to understand that he needs bolts. He needs a get off me option, because those characters can get, especially in twos, destroyed by overlapping pressure, back-to-back combos, back-to-back, that they won't even be able to play the game. I'm sure you guys saw, I'm sure you guys have played matches where you jump the Iron Giant and he can't play, right? And then the classic counterplay was to, okay, we beat his ass, he uses bolts, we camp him till bolts go away, jump him again. That has proven to work time and time again. But the Giant, in a lot of his state, was kind of buggy in some ways, and because of that, not only did he have the survivability of a heavy, or past that of a heavy since he's colossal, he also had a get off me option and the ability to pretty much kill people very early. And that's where the balance falls apart. He should be able to kill people early, but he shouldn't be able to kill them colossally early. And so because of that, you would find yourself in situations where the Giant had guaranteed setups into kill options that would just straight up be true and that you just couldn't get out of. And I actually think he should have kept maybe like one of those, but over and over, time and time again, you would see that the Giant just be subject to nerfs back to back to back, because in a sense he was kind of breaking the game in his own way, and he became a menace to fight. Very, very, very difficult for the player base to fight. And something that's also crazy about that type of character is the fact that when you fight lower level players, which is the majority of the player base, a lot of them do not know how to deal with a character like that. Does that mean he should be nerfed to the ground? Absolutely not. I do not think so. But you have to do something to make sure that he still falls in line with the rest of the cast. And so that is why he's been the target of these nerfs over and over and over. It's because he's hard to balance to begin with. And so you have to keep experimenting on an experimental character to find the sweet spot to get him in check with the rest of the cast. The Iron Giant, I love him. He's funny as hell. He's very fun to play. But I can understand, as especially players got a lot better with him, why he became such a problem, not only in the lower level, but at the higher level as well. Not to mention there were certain comps that just made him outright broken, aka Velma, who controls the Multiversus meta. And so when you had those two characters together, it became less of about skill and just became pure toxicity. You know, this was even acknowledged. So that is pretty much why the Iron Giant keeps falling subject to these nerfs back to back over and over and over. And I do hope one day we'll get him to a point where he's actually fine, solid, and we can focus more so on making him a great character. Because I think the coolest thing to do is to take the risk of making a character archetype like this. You know, it's brand new, hasn't been done before, again, in a platform fighter. So to see it actually happen and for it to work can also actually lead to cooler stuff for the character down the line, I think, or even in that archetype, that class archetype, who knows. So when you think about it, guys, I think the Iron Giant's inclusion into the game is heavily justified. I think that the frustration before was warranted, but I still think even after all these nerfs, he's a very solid character. I see a lot of discourse saying he's unplayable, you can't play him anymore, he's trash, blah blah blah. I don't really agree with that. It's okay to be frustrated when you see your main getting nerfed back to back over and over and over, but you also have to understand that sometimes that is for a very good reason, even if you don't see it yourself. Because of course, who wants to wake up to a patch notes and see their main getting nerfed? Nobody. Imagine I woke up every morning and saw Wonder Woman get nerfed. Weight reduced to 71 from 76. We just got buffed. We just got buffed. Movement speed reduced to 2,225 from 2,250. Man, what the? I'll be tight, but does it make sense, right? That's what you have to understand. And some people don't understand that it makes sense. And so pretty much, I guess that's what this video is for. Iron Giant players, I'm with you. I really like him. I think he's very fun to play. It's unfortunate, but I also don't want him nerfed to the point where there's no reason to use him. But I understand that he's going to keep getting tweaked until he is a proper character and not exploitable. So that's pretty much my opinion on the Iron Giant and why he is the hardest character in the game currently to balance. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know how you would actually balance the Iron Giant, and of course be sure to subscribe to the channel. Road to 50k and we are almost there. Take it easy, peace out, deuces.